More now on the escalating unrest in Yemen. Stephen Zyck from the Overseas Development Institute in London told us that the country's problems stem from its deep and many divisions.
If you consider there are parts of the country that are controlled by the Houthis, there are parts of the country that are controlled by ousted President Hadi and his allies. There are other parts of the country, really, where al-Qaeda and the Arabian Peninsula hold sway. And then we're not even talking about Hadramaut and the Hadramis and groups in the east that really see themselves as yet another state. So really, we're talking about at minimum 4 different states and numerous, literally dozens of armed groups, ranging from large groups like the Houthis and the armed forces to tribal groupings and various Islamist groups, including, as we saw this weekend, ISIS. And that's what makes it increasingly difficult to envision that there would be a single, clear, political negotiated end to this conflict. There's just too many groups involved, and there's no one necessarily who can speak for all of those groups or large numbers of those groups. Even if the Houthis agree to some sort of a dispensation, it's not clear that the southern movement will necessarily side with President Hadi's government at that time. It's not clear, of course, that AQAP and ISIS and others would have anything to do with such an agreement. They would continue fighting no matter what. A regional conflict is difficult to say. However, there is a high degree of likelihood that if the Houthis continue to press towards Aden, that the Saudi military, as they did in 2009, would at least launch an aerial campaign against the Houthis. However, I don't think we'll see this necessarily turning into a regionalized conflict. Iran is definitely involved, but not nearly to the same extent as the Saudis.
Stephen Zyck there. Authorities in the UK will be given the power to close down mosques which promote extremist views if the Conservative Party wins the general election.